Most people come to the Dolomites expecting great skiing and spectacular scenery. They're right on both counts. But there is a third dimension most visitors struggle to find, and it has nothing to do with ski vertical or powder. There is something American skiers rarely question. Food at ski resorts is an afterthought. Not always bad, just beside the point. You eat to ski again. A burger at noon, maybe a beer at the base lodge. The mountain is the main event, and everything else is just fuel. That's the American model, and it's baked into the culture, which means most North American skiers arrive in the Alps with the same expectations, and they miss something extraordinary. Today, I'm taking you inside one of the most distinctive kitchens in the Dolomites, La Stüa de Michil at Hotel La Perla in Corvara, Alta Badia. One Michelin-star, and at its helm, since 2020, Chef Simone Cantafio. Chef Cantafio's path here is not a straight line. Born in Milan, but also of proud Calabrian roots, he has an obsession for local ingredients. He trained under Gualtiero Marchesi, one of Italy's most famous chefs. From starred kitchens in France, he traveled to Hokkaido, leading a kitchen originally founded by Michel Bras and absorbing Japanese precision and a near philosophical reverence for what the land produces. His book, Incö, La Terra è Viva, roughly, The Land is Alive, gives you a sense of where his mind lives. Chef Cantafio brings all of that to Corvara, and the result is something that doesn't fit neatly into any category. By the end of this episode, you'll understand why serious skiers plan their Alta Badia trips with reservations at excellent kitchens on and off the mountain at the top of their mind, not the other way around. Let's go.
From when I was 17 years old, and Gualtiero Marchesi, first of all, he was the first 3 Michelin-star in Italy. He was the person, he changed all of the vision of the kitchen in Italy, because before him, Italian kitchen was really simple, and he bring a new vision, artistic vision, and the product, an international vision of Italian cuisine. Then I spent about 3 years with him. He was a real grandfather for me, because he teach me a lot, and he gave me the possibility also to open to the international kitchen in France first of all, and after in Japan. And what he leave me inside of me at the first, he's humble. He was a really humble person, even was really a great and recognized chef. He always teach me, please stay feet on the floor, don't fly away. Cooker need to be in the kitchen, need to be day by day, near the team. And this is something he teach me. And he have really good words writing in his kitchen, and was the example is the most important form to teaching. Then if you are a good example, your team gonna grow up with you. And then this is for me was something really important. And about the kitchen, he told me about taking out element instead of put, because sometimes
simplify.
Because sometimes when we are young in our career, we want to show on, we know the technique, we know the product,
right.
And we have this kind of perception of the dish. Then more you put, more you can show on to the guest. But he teach me, if you are able to build a dish with 4 or 5 elements, really well, cook really well, thinking, and really nice sauce. This is most of important. The guest can read the dish,
right.
Can understand the ingredients, and this kind of philosophy also I also find when I moved to Japan. And one day, one great master of the tempura, he said me, Japan, Asia and Europe are different for this point. In Asia, high level dish is when you take out. In Europe, high level dish is when you put on.
Yeah.
And then if I need to choose, today I'm more near to Japanese philosophy. Then for me, a great dish is when you have less ingredients, but these ingredients are really powerful and
very fine, exceptional.
Yeah, exactly.
He sounds like a great mentor.
It's
interesting, and when you have a mentor that leads by example and is humble, as you say.
This is really,
especially in a high stress environment like a kitchen, that must have been nice.
Yeah. And the second name you introduced was Sébastien Bras, and Sébastien and also Michel Bras, his father. They welcomed me when I was about 22 years old, and I left the Maison Bras after 11 years.
Wow.
Then I spent half of my career with them, and they really grew up me as a cooker and as a chef. They teach me many things, and one of them was the respect for the product, and how the nature can talk to you, and how you need to be ready with your soul to bring the message from the nature. Michel always tell me one word, and he say me, the nature talk, the experience translate. Then this is today my philosophy, and I want to keep going in this way. This is why I choose to come in the Dolomiti, because I think one of the paradise of the nature in the world.
Absolutely.
And in each season, from winter to summer, autumn, spring, you can find something new. And if you have your vision and your heart open to the nature, you can have a lot of inspiration. And this is really amazing. Because each season I try to get inspired from the nature. I change my old menu in each season, because I see, I can touch, I can feel different in each season.
Right.
And I see also for the staff, it's really interesting to come in here and have this kind of perception of the land change, the ingredients change, and then this is amazing for me. This is what today when I get up in the morning is the most important pushing for me. What's going on today?
Right.
And then I'm really exciting every day to come in here and see the product change,
It's an amazing place. Obviously, the Dolomites and this region is a UNESCO World Heritage Site for good reason, which makes it a very special place to visit. And you mentioned it's not just winter and skiing; it's summer.
No.
It's people come here both seasons. I'm wondering, the Dolomites. When did that come onto your radar or your idea?
About 10 years ago, I was coming in here for one season with a really famous chef, Norbert Niederkofler, the 3 Michelin-star just near us. And I spent one season with him, and I fall in love about this place. After, the life, it's really funny, because I move on in Hokkaido Island, in the other side of the world, and I was in the mountain.
It's a ski place. People go to Hokkaido also to ski.
Exactly.
And they have the saunas,
area. And what was funny was over there, each season I can recognize the same ingredients in the same timing. The mushroom, after coming the herbs. Then I felt, even really far, we are in the same world. We are in the same place. The heart of the land is the same. And then I say to myself, oh, if one day there is opportunity to coming back in the mountain, you know, the mountain give me a lot of inspiration, because there is still the real season, you know, and it's really strong. You know, you can see the snow, you can see the autumn, the color change, you can see the spring with the green, and all the land become yellow with the flower, you know. It's amazing. Then I need this kind of contact today to make my kitchen, because the best inspiration for me today is look around me, you know, and find the best ingredients and try to translate with my vision. As you said, I born in Milano, my family is from south of Italy, my wife, she's Japanese. Then, you know, I can't say today, oh, my kitchen is like 100% mountain kitchen. My kitchen is a kitchen where the ingredients coming from the mountain, but the vision, the perspective of the mountain is international. Then it's my vision, my own vision, and then you can find the pork grow up in the mountain with curry sauce. Then you know, it's the melting pot of a person love the mountain, but with many influence around, you know.
It's wonderful. So there's a great event here.
Yeah.
Called Sciare con Gusto,
Yes.
you know, which you are participating in this year, you and 7 other chefs.
Exactly.
And so the concept is that a chef prepares a dish that will be served throughout the season at that hut, and they partner with a hut. I tried your tortellini de soup. Amazing. It is amazing. And you know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe you can correct me. I swear, because I know this influence from Japan, I almost got this, I mean, the broth was so rich and umami, and I almost got like miso notes in there, like with the tortellini. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, this was our goal, was bring one classic and Italian dish like tortellini. We all in Italy know about it, but we wanted to travel around the world with this tortellini and coming back with like a new dress, a new, you know, idea of this tortellini. And this tortellini go around Japan before coming back and take this kind of taste, you know, the as you said, like the umami taste, the yuzu kosho taste, and then this is, as I said before, this is my different like perspective of Italian kitchen. I love travel. I spend a lot of years, about 15 years around the world with my backpack and also now after the season we're gonna move to Korea, we're gonna move to Japan, because I love travel. And for me, this kind of influence, it's really like, you know, give me the energy to see different, you know, and to give my perspective to the kitchen. Yeah.
I love that also about specifically in Japanese and Korean culture, and even the religions, where nature is the driving force, and the most beautiful piece of art may not be something that a human painted, but maybe a piece of drifting wood that you find in the sea, and you can never do better than this, right? This is, nature created this, and
yes, exactly,
it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned also using local ingredients and the power of the seasons here, the intensity of the seasons and the flavors. You do something special here, the Incö. What is this offering that you give to the guests?
You know, the Incö table and the Incö project born about now 2 years ago. And Incö in the Ladin language, mountain language, where we are, means today. Why born like this kind of project? Because little by little I start to meet the farmer around me, and I see they have something special, but they was scared to propose me because the quantity was really like short and limited. And then always they can't give you only one piece of this. I can't give you, oh, it's really small production, you are big restaurant. Then in my mind, I start to ask to myself, oh, why I need to lost this kind of great product. Sometimes the fisherman bring you one trout fishing in the river, or there is one pork belly, and why I need to lost? Because the system of our restaurant welcome about 30 guests per night, and the tasting menu, is some technical menu. Then we can't, we can't have like a small portion. I should like change for each guest, and then we decide to create one special table where each day we propose a different menu, and we can serve even small portion, and it's something unique. It's something, on the day.
You only get it that day.
And then you make an experience today about the nature, what growing and what proposed to you. You don't know what's like going on during the dinner. And it's always like, even for us, because we come in the morning in the kitchen at 9 o'clock and we said, okay, the farmer bring this, what we gonna do now, And even for us is the most like interesting and powerful way to approach to the kitchen.
Is it more fun than stress? Is it sometimes a little bit, what do I do with this? I don't
Yes, but at the same time, this is, put the happiness and put, if you really love this job, you always want to touch something new. You always want to, because my master, Gualtiero Marchesi, one time he said, when they asked to him, who is a chef, and he said, a chef is a children. He still don't know what is his real job, because always he's, oh, wow, and me every day, my happiness is coming in the kitchen and don't know what I'm gonna do today, then every day I can change, every day idea coming, every day you approach different with the ingredients, and then this is amazing. This is my happiness today.
Do you love to eat well? Do you want to drink better? Are you planning a trip to Europe but want some expert advice? Sounds like you should speak to a ski somm. Head over to eatdrinkfun.com/custom adventures and schedule yourself an appointment with me, a ski sommelier. Each year, I advise a maximum of 20 clients who wish to ski in Europe during the winter season. Maybe that's you. Sign up for a free consultation to see if we're a good fit. I hope to see you out there, eating well, drinking better, and having fun.
Yeah.
What does it mean having this recognition and
you means about the Michelin-star
or just any recognition, whatever it is?
Of course, we can't be like I can't say, I'm not the person say, oh, we don't look at this, because of course I think there is in a restaurant there is some priority, and when you run a restaurant like La Stüa de Michil, you need to put your objective, with your team, with your group, and we have our objective, and our objective, of course, at the first is make happy the guest. The second is taking care, as we said, about the environment, around us, then the farmer and everything. Mm-hmm. Then we support a lot this kind of, person. Of course, it's a business. Then you need to every day, see the number, mm-hmm. and then this is really important. And I think if all of these things going well, it's a process, after the Michelin star, the guide and everything coming. because I always think if you're working well and you put heart in what are you doing, people see and people felt, and then the rest coming. Today, what I can say is, I'm not part of the Michelin board then I can't manage this kind of things, but I really every day can manage my kitchen, my team, the relation with the guest and then the focus of my job should be this one, and the rest coming. Of course, we are happy when coming. We never
Everyone's
say
happy.
voila, we are happy when coming, and then it's part of our job, it's part of our restaurant, because I see more and more people travel, and a guide like Michelin guide is the most big reference for the traveler.
Very prestigious, yeah.
And then but our daily goal is as I said
Maintain the
before,
standard.
Yeah.
Do the good work.
this is our job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So obviously, in addition to your culinary expertise, you're in a region here in Südtirol, Alto Adige, that produces exceptional wines. So how do you and your sommelier integrate wine into the menu? And I'll ask you a follow-up if any of the particular pairings or wines from Südtirol that really inspire you.
Okay, yeah, this part is really important. Also, we are really lucky because we can work with one of the best sellers in Italy. We have about 35,000 bottles just down our feet.
Resting, yeah.
And then it's something unique. And how we work with our team, we have our restaurant manager, Pasquale, and our sommelier team. There is 2 persons. And always when we create a dish, it's important they taste the dish, and together we find, then we talk a lot, we share, because I think the whole experience of the restaurant is find the balance, is find the best way to make our communication, because sometimes in one dish I wanted to show on the powerful of the acidity. I want to show on and cut through the fattiness of the sauce. Then it's really important share my idea. It's really important to share the goal of the ingredients, and find with them the best, of course we have a lot of possibility, then find with them the best, wine matching and wine pairing.
Yeah.
And but today we can also say that, and we can see, in the word pairing going also for the person doesn't like the wine or can't drink wine, then also the no alcoholic experience, it's really important for us. Then more and more we are looking for what we can do in a long tasting menu, maybe to put inside different experience than normal wine. And of course another goal is shown where we are. Then we are in a magic region with a great wine. We are in a magic land, then Italy. Then from the north to the south and the island have really good wine. Then I think we are lucky, and we just find the best combination between wine and food, and voila.
You have a huge palette to choose from. But of course, this place is also known for a wine that's not exactly from here, but you have a Sassicaia temple in the basement. Yeah, so
we are lucky about it.
Yeah, very lucky.
We love change. We have really good team with a lot of passion, and we share a lot. I think our power today is to share a lot the information, and also our strongness today is our team is made by person coming from everywhere from Italy. Then we have Pasquale from the south of Italy. We have Silvio, is the head sommelier near here from Trento. And this kind of vision can give a lot of emotion about when we create the pairing wine, because a different vision put together, it's really interesting. Then we don't stay focused with with only one brand of the wine, but really we want to give from the big wine to the really small seller. And then for us it's really important to show on the variety of the Italian seller, and
so diverse. You have from north to south and
there
east
is
and
something
west.
amazing. Me personally, I love like sweet wine. They always say the sommelier, like my palate it's more like woman palate, because I love like delicate wine. I love the Gewürztraminer. I love this kind of softy wine,
The elegant
and
wine.
and I think also matching really well with our kitchen. But at the same time, when I work with some ingredients like the deer or the pork or the beef grow up in the land, then we need some stronger red wine and powerful. Then in here, as I said before, we are like children in a castle. Then we can go downstairs and wow,
you
enjoy.
have an amazing cellar. It's what is the most rewarding part of being a chef here in the Dolomites? And when people come here, when guests come here to experience it, and when they dine at Stüa de Michil, what should they be enjoying beyond just the meal, the food? How do you experience this place?
Yeah, I think we are in a corner of the world. It's like kind of paradise, but then the guests, when coming, of course, in the winter time or in the summertime, they can enjoy like make sport, they can enjoy make activity, they can enjoy them journey really like with passion. And when they come in here in La Stüa de Michil, they can take time and they can like feel how is the the nature, the real like taste of the nature. They can feel our relation with the farmer near us, and then they can coming back with the feet in the land and taking like the real like taste of the nature from this part of the world. And then I think it's interesting. We are simple because we want to keep it simple. We maybe we left one part of the technique. We always say that maybe we are not perfect, but in our journey we try to give our time to the guest. We try to give our humanity. We try to give our welcome, and we see today this is make the difference, and people looking for this. And then we loving spending time on the table, talking about, what did you do today? How was your journey? Tomorrow you should go there because walking it's beautiful. Then and maybe we take out one chips or we take out one sauce, but we give more, our heart and our inside. And then this is what they can find today when they come in here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the last thing, you've said you have your wife here.
Yeah.
I know you have your child here. How do they like it here? What is their experience?
Like Corvara, even it's like a really like a small village. Why we decide to come in here with my family? Because of course, like it's an international family.
Exactly.
She's Japanese. Like my little children, like told five language. Then she need this kind of vision, like open mind vision. In here, you can go anywhere, like to the bread shop, to the doctor, and all like the person in here talk minimum 3 language. Then English, Deutsch, and Ladino. this is minimum. Then this kind of open mind, it's really important for us and for my family. And then today we are happy to stay here and to be part of this community because they are really like open and welcome, and there is a lot of foreigners coming during the season. Then it's amazing for us. Yeah,
sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear
Yeah.
it. Well, thank you again very much for your time. I look forward to dining tomorrow, Chef.
Thank you.
Yeah.
With pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Grazie mille.
The Eat, Drink, Fun podcast is produced and created by me, Chris Miller. And if you like this episode and you want more content to discover the best things in life, go to eatdrinkfun.com, where I publish a blog and offer luxury travel and wine consulting services. And if you want to really do me a favor, if you could go to wherever you've listened to this or watched it and like it, share it, or even better, comment on it. Holy cows and fine wine, is that helpful? It's the best possible way for me to find the right audience. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for listening. Until next time, please eat well, drink better, and have fun. Prost.